everybody, and welcome to the campus of Nashua High North for tonight's game between the Bedford Bulldogs and the Nashua High North Titans. These girls basketball teams are in their third and fourth games of the season. So far this season, the North has lost both games to Goffstown and to Concord, while Bedford has split a pair. Their opening games in the books as well for a win against South, leading off the season 61-37, and then a loss to Bishop Girton 65-46 in game 2. No shame there. Bishop Girton favored to run the table in New Hampshire girls Division I basketball. Of course, they have some big games coming up against out-of-state teams among the schedule that does count for their regular season total. They've already beaten LaSalle to start things off, and they'll be playing Mercy in a game, Bishop Girton versus Mercy girls basketball, that we'll be covering here on Nashua TV. But for tonight, the Bedford Bulldogs, who ran up against that BG team, usually it's a fierce rivalry, but they took a loss, and now they're going to look to avenge against another Nashua team, Nashua North here. North, of course, would love to get into the win column for the first time this season, but Bedford starts it right off with a quick feed underneath and 2 points immediately and a steal. Bedford had a chance to go double up on their lead. Underneath the basket, that was Christina Braga for Bedford, laying it in easily on the nice mid-court feed from Allie Morgan, their senior captain and guard, finding her teammate quickly underneath the basket for an easy 2 points. So 2-0. 8-minute quarters in New Hampshire girls and boys basketball. We've played half a minute here. Bedford with a 2-0 lead, but North looking to equalize. Underneath the basket was Lillian Brooks. She's going to get it to Grace Carden, who lays it in. So it's a 2-2 game. Grace Carden with a beautiful move to the hoop, using the body to shield the ball and lay it in off the glass. Nicely done by Grace. Bedford's going to go underneath in a 2-2 contest now. Pretty even look early, but again, Bedford finds a wide open player. This was Allie Morgan underneath the basket, and she's got 2. So it's a 4-2 lead for Bedford. And they're playing a tough full court press. That is going to be called an offensive foul against North. So the official thought that the dribble attempt up the sideline was a little bit too aggressive by Lillian Brooks, apparently. And that's a rare offensive foul by a team that has the ball and is dribbling in the backcourt. You don't see that too often. If anything, you do see the blocking foul called more often in that type of situation. Kurt Dutilli, the North head coach, is talking to his troops right now. Kurt, a very successful longtime head coach of Monadnock Regional for 7 years before he moved to the area in the fall, not thinking that there would be any immediate coaching openings. And yet Christina Bean had just stepped down as the head coach here at Nashua North girls basketball, and that left an opening. And Kurt Dutilli said he just got his resume in the door in the nick of time, got hired by athletic director Lisa Gingras, and the rest is history here at Nashua North. Kurt Dutilli, a fine choice as the basketball coach for the North girls. Open look for Bedford. The first three-point attempt of the game doesn't go, and the rebound taken down by Jordan Choate. One of a long line of Choates athletes in Nashua. Jordan has the ball over her head right now. She gives it to Lillian Brooks. Brooks driving, finds a seam, tried to bounce pass in traffic to Natalie Burgess. And those bounce passes in traffic, they rarely yield dividends unless you're Larry Bird on the giving end. He was able to bounce it between people's legs on purpose, but not easy to do. So just about 2 minutes into the game, it's a 4-2 advantage for Bedford as they look for more points. Isabella King hands it off to Allie Morgan. Allie Morgan's got an assist and a basket in the 4 points, figuring prominently. We have a travel called against the Bulldogs as they look for an advantageous shot. And the feet got shuffled. Inbound play now for North. Lillian Brooks gets the return pass. Fast break action. Bianca Gershgorin underneath. Off the glass and in. Gershgorn on the feet to Natalie Burgess gets 2 points for the Titans. So Grace Carden and Natalie Burgess with 2 points each. Perimeter passing by the Bulldogs. Trying to find the open player in the corner. That ball's thrown away, and Bedford not able to recover. It goes out of bounds off the Bulldogs' fingertips, and it will be Titans basketball. Officials get the call right in the end. It went off a couple of Bedford players actually on the way out of bounds, and the officials get the call correct. 5.5 minutes to go first quarter. North trying to take their first lead of the game. 4-4 the score. Dribbling to her left is Grace Carden. She's got one of the 2 baskets. Jordan Choate ran into traffic, and that is a reach-in foul against the Bulldogs. I believe it'll be called on Safia Mumpini, sophomore guard, number 13. Non-shooting foul away from the basket. You have to get 7 fouls to get into the penalty, where every foul sends somebody to the free throw line. Inbounding it for North will be Jordan Choate, looking for an open teammate, and it's intercepted. It looked like a quarterback throwing to a receiver cutting across the middle, and Bedford got in the passing lane. Jump ball. The arrow favors North. So just about the equivalent of a turnover there. Good defense played by the Titans to get the ball back. Returning the favor, as Bedford had that good defense to intercept the pass from Jordan Choate. Pressing the issue now, North, and that's going to be a shot just off to the right by Lillian Brooks. She back rimmed it. The floater by Jordan Choate doesn't go, and Bedford rebound. Breaking out of the pack is Allie Morgan, the senior guard, dishes, and the foul. Isabella King going to the hoop, got fouled by a Titan player underneath, and Bedford with a chance to get the lead back at the free throw line. Both teams showing spurts of fast break offense. Bedford making it pay off in the form of drawing the foul that time. Isabella King calmly sinks the first of 2 free throws and the second. Fine form. So it's a 6-4 lead. North had a chance to take their first lead of the game. Bedford got the stop and the 2 free throws. Driving baseline, kicks it out. Had a chance to put it up, did Olivia Mazarol, but she passed up the shot, and North really never did get a shot away. And the poking foul called against Grace Carden as she went for the steal near sideline. Isabella King will do the inbounding for Bedford. 4:20 left in the first quarter. Allison Morgan gives it back to Isabella King. She flings it to the open player in the corner. That was Safia Mumpini. Mumpini fed it inside to Amanda Jonas. Jonas had a good look at the basket, and now Bedford steals it back. A long shot by Allie Morgan doesn't go, and she gets the rebound of her miss. A fortuitous bounce for the Bulldogs, and Allie Morgan will try a second three-pointer. That doesn't go. North comes out of the pile with the rebound, dribbling briskly down court. Grace Carden doesn't get the layup drill to fall, and she makes a back check in the back court, bumps bodies, and that's going to be a foul against North. Non-shooting foul in the back court. Head coach for Bedford Bulldogs right there on your screen calling the timeout, it looked like, was Kevin Gibbs. His assistants are Jordan Grant and Jeremy Zelenis. So we're looking in on the Bedford huddle now. We welcome any BC TV viewers that we have watching on Bedford cable. John Collins along with cameraman Tim O'Neill. Our partner Tom King is covering another sporting event, I should say, as part of his Telegraph duties tonight, and we do miss him. Undefeated so far, Bishop Girton at 3-0, Central at 3-0, Concord 3-0, and a couple of 2-0 teams, Merrimack and Memorial. Probably out of town, the game of the night would be 3-0 Central against 2-0 Merrimack at Merrimack. So that's going on tonight. A lot of teams are playing on this Tuesday, January 7, as do they do also on Friday. The next game for Bedford will be against Wyndham. And the next for North will be Merrimack on Friday, January 10th. Inside, Isabella King has it taken away, but not before. Oh, they're going to call a palming the basketball, I guess, before the dribble. So a turnover by Bedford and the chance for North to tie or better, depending on what type of shot they may put up here. North having a hard time finding some method of penetration, and a foul called against Bedford. Away from the basket, Isabella King reaching in there on Grace Carden on the dribble, so Bedford has their second team foul of the half. 3:16 remaining in the first quarter. They do the inbound into the backcourt, which is allowed if they throw the ball in the backcourt during the course of play. Of course, that would be a backcourt violation, but you can inbound the ball into the backcourt if you need to do so. Doing the inbounding for North, Olivia Mazarol. Bedford alert to the pass with the steal. Down court come the Bulldogs. Nearly a steal there by Lillian Brooks. Long three-pointer is missed, and North with the rebound. Lillian Brooks comes down court with it, weaving her way through traffic, looking for an open teammate. Nice catch and a save by Olivia Mazarol, but no teammate there to receive that toss back into play. Bedford, the drive. Isabella King got denied the first time, drew the foul the second time. So good effort by the junior guard, number 30, Bedford Bulldog Isabella King. Back to the free throw line where she sank two earlier to give Bedford the lead that they still enjoy here. 6-4 with 2.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Isabella has 3 for 3 from the free throw line now. Happy New Year 2020, everybody. This is our first telecast in the new year. Off to the right, so Isabella finally misses one. We'll call her 80% from the line. And here come the Titans. In the corner, number 4 is Samantha Canto. She tried to pass it underneath to Jordan Choate, but it got away. And down court come the Bulldogs. Amanda Jonas with the rebound, or the steal, I should say. She hands it off to Allie Morgan underneath. The turnaround by Amanda Jonas for 2. So it's a 8-4 advantage for, actually it's a 9-4. You throw in the, don't forget the free throw that the Bulldogs just got. And palming the basketball, turning it over. It is a literal turnover against the Titans. So Bedford trying to get to double digits here on this possession, up 9-4 as they take the ball cross court. Good steal. Jordan Choate got into the passing lane and just swatted that down and to a teammate. So steal for Jordan Choate. Grace Carden with the possession. Passes to Jordan, looking for an open teammate. Dribbles right. Fierce defense by Safia Mumpini on Jordan Choate. Doesn't give her much breathing room, but she gets loose, and what a nice conversion underneath the basket. Prettiest basket of the game so far for the Titans on the catch and shoot. 3-point attempt. Good. Isabella King with a bit of a dagger there, a momentum stopper as North was coming off a fine team play basket, but then just great sharpshooting underneath. Out of bounds off of Bedford's fingertips. No foul called. A clean block according to the officials, and I think they got the call right. Lillian Brooks was driving to the basket, and it was swatted out of her hands. Good defense played by Bedford to get the block and no foul. North needs to get the ball in bounds, and they do. Good save. Grace Carden to Lillian Brooks, high off the glass. Isabella King with the nice rebound. She went way up to get that one. Bedford does seem to have the rebounding advantage. The taller players and the jumping ability of Amanda Jonas and Isabella King. A stop and a pop. JoJo White. Celtics great would have been proud of that one. I think JoJo White also wore number 10 for the Celtics. The stop and the pop. Allie Morgan gives her team a 14-6 lead as Allie goes to the court. Good hustle by the senior guard for Bedford. She is going to be tough to beat tonight. Grace Carden and Allie Morgan battling for the ball. Produced a jump ball, and the possession arrow that time favored the Bulldogs. So 36 seconds left to go in the first quarter, and Bedford may be playing for the final shot of this first quarter. We'll see if they try to kill off a full half minute. Now it looks like they might be going right for the open shot. A lot of no-look pass there by Morgan into the corner for Marina Braga. Braga kicks it back outside to Sydney Grogan. The catch and the shoot, and a big high bounce. Two of them, in fact, for Isabella King, and it doesn't fall. Good-looking shot out of her hand, doesn't go. 7 seconds left to go. Grace Carden baseline, feeds it inside. North's going to have to put it up. A foul before the shot. And it's going to be a push. That's only the third team foul on Bedford, and I don't believe that's going to be a free throw, and that's going to work against the Titans because they only have 0.1 seconds to work with here. So whoever receives the ball's got to shoot it immediately. Just catch it and get rid of it. Catch it and get rid of it. There we go. Nice attempt. I don't know if that would have counted by Lillian Brooks, but it was exactly what she needed to do. It might not have counted because she just took maybe half a second to let it go. So we've played one quarter so far here at Nashua High North, and it's the Bulldogs of Bedford 14 and the Titans 6. The hosting team finds themselves down as the Titans try to avoid a 3-game losing streak to begin the season. Kurt Dutilli, the head coach of Nashua North, talking to his troops. Team manager for North is Katina Hicks. There are 5 starters: Bianca Gershgorin, Grace Carden, Natalie Burgess, and Lillian Brooks. We'll see if they reemerge from the huddle or if Coach Kurt inserts any new faces in the second quarter. North had a strong start. They actually had a chance to take the lead at one point, and Bedford's tough defense produced some offense, and they were pretty good at the free throw line, 3 out of 4. North has yet to shoot their first free throws of the game. North gets to inbound and has possession to begin the second quarter. A fresh 8 minutes up on the scoreboard as Jordan Choate faces off with Isabella King, the center for Bedford, very far away from the basket to play defense. Top of the key, Natalie Burgess hands it off. Olivia Mazarol, outside it goes to Bianca Gershgorin. Jordan Choate looking for a seam. She finds it. Jordan Choate, oh, it doesn't get, she does her own miss. That doesn't go. Unfortunate turn of events for Jordan Choate. Was very alert to the opening in the defense. You could probably see the good angle of it from Tim O'Neill's camera as we look toward the basket. The seas parted and Jordan went right in for what looked like an easy layup, but it just wouldn't fall. And not even the putback attempt. So tough start to the second quarter for the Titans. Isabella King thought about taking another 3-pointer. She's made 1 out of 2 so far, and a clean steal getting in the passing lane. Bianca Gershgorin to her left. Cross-court pass. Olivia Mazarol looking for a teammate underneath, and we have North stepping out of bounds upon receiving that pass. So played a minute here into the second quarter, still looking for the first points of the second quarter, as one of our 2 basketball officials talks to the official score about something. I'm not sure exactly what. So now that we have that straightened out, ball in play. And here come the Bulldogs trying to improve on a 14-6 lead. Goes up top to Marina Braga. Braga hands it off to Isabella King. Into the corner. Allie Morgan tried to get it inside, but good defense by Natalie Burgess. She poked it away from the intended recipient, Emma Kaczynski. And Emma Kaczynski will come out. Amanda Jonas is back into the game, along with Safia Mumpini. And Emma Rosenbaum, number 23 in the game for the Bulldogs. Isabella King to Safia Mumpini. Steal. Very nicely done. Lillian Brooks driving, puts it up. No good. Defense played by Emma Rosenbaum as she got in the drive lane and forced Lillian Brooks wider than she wanted to go. In fact, the lane attempt hit the frame of the backboard. Off balance floater goes. Nicely done by Allie Morgan, the senior guard, with a fancy looking shot there on the fadeaway, fall away. Got the friendly bounce inside. Putting it up immediately and drawing the foul was Christina Braga, who will go to the free throw line. Christina Braga to shoot a free throw for North, who are down a full 10 points here. They have been shut out so far in the second quarter. This could be their first point of the second frame, and it's good. As Bianca spins it through the cylinder, and she earns a second one. It was a 1-and-1. That one is off to the left. We have a lane violation called against the Titans by the shooter, apparently, as Bianca tried to get to the ball as quickly as she could, recognizing that it was off target. 16-7 the score. Bedford up by 9 as they walk the ball up the court. The catch and the shoot off the glass and in. A sweet kiss of a basket made by Emma Rosenbaum, just skidding off the glass as if she intended it, and perhaps she did. You don't see too many people go the John Havlicek route these days in shooting intentionally off the glass backboard. A blocking foul called against Emma Rosenbaum. That is the 5th team foul against the visitors from Bedford. So 5 team fouls apiece as we near the penalty, which would be 2 more fouls for each team. Underneath the basket, the Titans looking for their first field goal since the first quarter. The floater by Jordan Choate over the rim, and Bedford waiting for the miss. Not many second chances at all granted by Bedford's defense to the Titans offense. The catch and the shoot by Emma Rosenbaum, and she gets the nice bounce. Of course, good shooters get those friendly bounces more often, and Bedford is the first to the 20-point plateau. 20-7. The Bulldogs with a comfortable 13-point lead right now. The catch and the shoot. Natalie Burgess back rimmed it. Natalie took a bump, goes to the floor. Isabella King off the glass and in. Isabella King continues to score. The junior guard, very tough underneath. And she appears to be using her height advantage wisely and well. And it is a 22-7 advantage for the Bedford Bulldogs here in the second quarter with 4:43 remaining. Kurt Dutilli trying to talk some strategy. And if he had some kind of a magic stone, maybe to give the players to give them the hot hand shooting, that would help a lot too, of course. They just haven't been able to get any kind of momentum offensively. And still in the single digits here, almost 12 minutes into the game. It's an 18-game schedule. It'll end on February 28th. It is a leap year, by the way. There is a February 29th in 2020. But the two teams that are playing here will both wrap it up with their final game of an 18-game schedule on February 28th before the March Madness begins. And of course, both of these teams would love to be a playoff participant, but North off to a rocky start, losing their first two games and in danger here, clearly down by 15 to Bedford in the first half. They do have the talent to make it a close game. They just need to start connecting on the offensive end. Bianca Gershgorn gives it to Lillian Brooks. She changes direction. Emma Rosenbaum sticking to her like glue, and the errant pass underneath. Tight defense produces the turnover. So Lillian Brooks will get a breather as Grace Carden checks back into the game. Grace is a freshman graduating in 2023. Is her expected graduation date. Isabella King's three-point attempt is well short of the basket, and almost knowing that the ball was going to come down short, Emma Rosenbaum was in the exact right spot, but perhaps it was a 3-second violation. Not quite sure what the whistle was against Bedford there, but it is Titans ball. 22-7. Titans need points. Who is going to find the hot hand for North here in the second quarter? There's a sliding pivot foot and a travel. Oh, a timeout called by North, and possibly didn't. It did not come. The timeout was called before what I thought was a travel, and we can actually hear Kurt Dutilly raising his voice a little bit here in frustration. He is getting into it with his troops, who have been underperforming so far in the first half. Coach Kurt Dutilly just an exercise in giving it to his players, and hopefully it'll produce some results here, as I'm sure they are equally frustrated, and the coach is just giving voice to that. Opening game of the season, Bedford handed South a 61-37 loss. South putting up 37 points in that game, but North only with 7 points to this time. Under 4 minutes to go. We're midway through the second quarter, and there has not been a field goal yet in this second quarter for the Titans. Having very difficult time with this tenacious Bedford defense. Natalie Burgess driving, scoop shot is blocked. Jordan Choate with the open look. That shot doesn't go. Battling for the ball underneath, and it goes through the legs of a Bedford player. It is a call for white. Are you telling me that didn't touch the legs of the Bedford player? Wow, I guess not. Things just not going well for North right now. You'd think that that was a deflection off a Bedford player, but no. So the Bulldogs will inbound it. Amanda Jonas, one of the 3 senior captains on this Bedford team, hands it to Sydney Grogan, just a freshman, with the basketball for the Bulldogs. Isabella King with the perfect feed underneath to Amanda Jonas, gets a second chance at it, trying to get it back for a third bite at the apple. Amanda Jonas with the catch and shoot, and she hits it. What a shot from the corner by Amanda Jonas, her third shot attempt in that possession. And there's a big difference between the two teams right there. Bedford with multiple second chances, whereas North usually only gets 1 shot away, and Bedford's been all over the rebounds on the defensive end. The Bulldogs just tenacious. Good quick passing here for North, but no easy shots seem to be available. And just too much handwork there by Bedford's number 13, Safia Mumpini, got called for the foul. But I'm sure their coach, Kevin Gibbs, is very pleased with the effort by Safia. She'll take a breather as she comes out. 6 fouls against the Bulldogs, 5 against the Titans. The next foul by Bedford will put Titan players at the free throw line. They'll be in the penalty, but only 2 minutes and change left to go in the second quarter. And North has a goose egg as far as field goals in this second quarter. 2 players battling for the ball. The officials let them play, and Isabella King turns it into a layup drill. 27-7, a full 20-point lead for Bedford. And a frustrated North team. A travel is called against the ball handler. And Lillian Brooks is going to check back into the game for the Titans. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first half, and the Bulldogs have a chance to take it up to 30 points on this possession. Isabella King, the floater is blocked. Natalie Burgess trying to capitalize on that good defense, off the glass and in. Natalie Burgess with quite the plays on both ends of the court. The blocked pass, and then she took it on the fast break for the lay-in, and a layup drill of her own for Allison Morgan. A little bit too easy there after North got the basket. A momentum killer immediately. Allie Morgan takes it down, and a mishandle there by Jordan Choate. She dropped the ball inbound, so it amounted to an inbound pass to herself, and then the whistle and the turnover. So Bedford has a chance to double up here on this trip down the court, and the catch and shoot wide open underneath Christina Braga, as Allison Morgan saw her standing by herself underneath it. So it's 29-9. North's got 3 points here in the second quarter. The wheels have kind of come off offensively. Natalie Burgess with the basketball. Grace Carden, Natalie Burgess. Burgess found a seam. Jordan Choate, Lillian Brooks driving, kicks it back outside. Jordan Choate underneath and in. Jordan Choate, more of that please, says the North fan base. And it is a double digits finally for the Titans, but just under a minute to go in the first half. 31-11. North trails by 20 as they battle. A possession arrow favors the Bulldogs on the jump ball. And doing the inbounding will be Marina Braga for Bedford. Natalie Burgess comes out. And it's Olivia Mazerol in the game for the Titans. Half a minute remaining. The shot from the corner, Isabella King had a chance, didn't go. Good fight for the rebound by Olivia Mazerol. She took it away from the Bedford player underneath, Christina Braga, who had probably had an easy lay-in had not it been batted out of her hands by Olivia. North trying to put a dent in that 20-point deficit with 15 seconds left. A nice pass. Jordan Choate to Grace Carden, and more of that, please, for the Titans. Trailing 31-13. 5 seconds left. Allie Morgan dishes the ball out of bounds, and it's 1.2 seconds. Question is, will the Titans be able to get a shot away here? They're going to have to throw the ball halfway down the court, and hopefully somebody's there, and nobody is. This goes out of bounds, and the Bedford actually will have the benefit of the full 1.2 seconds because no Titans player touched the ball in bounds. In fact, Bedford gets to inbound it from where it was thrown, and Kevin Gibbs wants to set up a play with 1.2 seconds remaining. So a gift there from the Titans. The assumption by Grace Carden is that one of her teammates was going to go down underneath the basket to receive that pass, and ended up she threw that long bomb to nobody as her teammates came up closer to where she was. And the ball bounded out of bounds. Of course, the clock would not start until somebody received the ball inbounds, and there was nobody. So 1.2 seconds. Bedford with more than enough time to get the ball inbounds into somebody's hands for somebody to shoot immediately. And if I am thinking three-pointer, I am thinking number 30 for Bedford, Isabella King, is going to get this ball, and she's just going to shoot it. Allie Morgan got rid of it, and they count it. They say it counts. Allison Morgan with a dagger there as she hits the basket as time expired. A 34-13 lead for the Bulldogs as they go into the locker room at halftime with an exclamation point. John Collins with cameraman Tim O'Neill. We are taking a break for halftime here on Nashua TV. Through the magic of editing, we'll resume with second half action. The Titans of Nashua North hosting the Bedford Bulldogs. Second half coming up right after this.
Because of you, I feel not alone in this world. And you let me know that it only takes one person to make you feel wanted.
Welcome back, everybody, to Nashua High School North. We are about to resume the second half of play. Bedford leading North 34-13. A commanding lead. North struggling to find their go-to scorers offensively. They just could get a lot of momentum going. It was a long time into the second quarter before they got their first field goal of the second quarter. Kurt Dutilli, the coach of Nashua North girls basketball in his first season with them, emphatic with his team during a couple of timeouts. He's had a whole halftime to talk to them and maybe get them going offensively. And then Allison Morgan happens. She has been so tough. Allie Morgan, the senior guard for Bedford, number 10, ended the first half with a huge exclamation point of a three-point shot with 1.2 seconds to go on the inbound play. Natalie Burgess with the leaner doesn't fall. And Bedford looking for the first points of the second half. Isabella King turns it into a layup drill. Isabella King, the star of the game so far, along with Allison Morgan. And it's a 36-13 advantage now for the Bulldogs. Jordan Choate underneath, the catch and shoot. Lillian Brooks. Natalie Burgess is fouled underneath. First team foul against Bedford of the second half. Lillian Brooks goes over to her coach while Natalie Burgess shoots free throws. Coach Dutilli talking to Brooks and to Bianca Gershgoren. This shot goes. How about that bounce? That's as high a bounce as you'll see on a free throw and still go in. So Natalie trying for make it 2 for 2, and she does. That was a much more conventional swisheroo. Isabella King had more space than she realized when she received that pass and missed her opportunity to drive to the basket untouched. Now Allison Morgan directing traffic as she dribbles, looking for an open teammate. To her right, into the corner, Isabella King double teamed and fouled. A slap on the wrist, and it's against number 10. Natalie Burgess gets called for the foul. So both teams have one foul apiece in the early going third quarter. A comfortable 21-point lead for Bedford as Allison Morgan looks for a teammate to inbound it to. And we have a foul called against Grace Carden. Playing tight D on the dangerous Isabella King. Would have had a probably easy put in if the foul wasn't called. Actually, ball was taken away. They call it travel, and that's Allison Morgan doesn't understand because she was able to get rid of that ball in midair. She went up to shoot it, realized it might be blocked, and then she kicked her legs and passed it before landing. And they call the travel, and Allison Morgan rightfully asking, how can I travel if my feet aren't on the ground? Not getting credited for airtime by your local neighborhood referee. driving. Lillian Brooks has it stripped away, and a jump ball is called. The possession arrow favors Bedford. Didn't see the jump ball in that skirmish, but that's the official call. Allison Morgan with the no-look pass to Amanda Jonas underneath Isabella King, and just great ball movement, simply put, by Bedford for 2 more points. 38-15 in favor of the Bulldogs. Bianca to Grace. Grace shoots it and doesn't get the bank shot, and of course no second chance for the Titans. Allison Morgan rebound, driving the length of the court. Got fouled. A blocking foul going to be called against Jordan Choate before the shot. It'll be the 3rd team foul against the Titans. So Bedford gets to inbound the ball in the offensive zone. People bumping each other underneath. Allie Morgan with a great feed to Amanda Jonas. Grace Carden with it. Up ahead, good save. Bianca Gershgoren with it to her right. Shoots it. Doesn't go. Rebound, Jordan Choate pulls it away. Bianca trying to corral the ball. She can't bounce it again. I think that would be a double dribble. She needs to pass it, and she does. Grace Carden has it. 5 minutes to go, 3rd quarter. Grace Carden with a nice drive, got fouled. It doesn't fall, but she will go to the line. Good vision by Grace Carden to see the opening in the defense underneath, and she'll go to the line. 5 minutes even left to go in the 3rd quarter, and free throws for the Titans. Nicely done. Timeout is called. Coach Kurt Dutilly wants to talk things over with the referee. A lot of times when you see a player go up with the ball and then change their mind about shooting it, they land and it's a travel. But in the instance where we saw the travel called against Allison Morgan moments ago, she actually left her feet, changed her mind about the shot, and passed it before landing. So the travel call was pretty safe to say erroneous. And I'm sure that's one that Allie would like to look at and replay, just to be sure she isn't crazy. Huddle for the Titans as they continue to talk strategy and try to get on some kind of a roll here to cut into this commanding lead that Bedford right now enjoys. Up by 36 points. 32 points. 22 points. I'll get it right eventually. 38-16. 22-point lead for the Bulldogs, and the Titans a chance to cut into that. And that's a long time between free throws, but she still makes them both, does Grace Carden. The Titans freshman, a good addition to this team. Went for the steal there, didn't get it. Isabella King thought about the catch and shoot. Emma Rosenbaum, and stolen. Good battle. Grace Carden on a nice feed from Bianca, off the glass, doesn't go. Rebound Isabella King. She's got Allie Morgan up ahead. Splits the double team and loses it out of bounds. Actually, they're going to call it out of bounds off of the Titans somehow. Knocked out of the hands of Isabella King underneath the basket. So it'll be Allie Morgan to inbound it for Bedford. A catch and shoot from the corner, in and out. Safia Mumpini with the shot attempt. Was standing by herself. It was a good look for Bedford. No three-pointers yet here in this second half. Most spectacular three-pointer of the game scored by Allie Morgan as time expired in the first half. That three-pointer doubly hurt by Allie Morgan to end the first half because it was a shot that she shouldn't have been able to make. North had the ball with 1.2 seconds left, but their inbound pass bounced out of bounds with nobody touching it. And so Bedford got the advantage of the full 1.2 seconds, and Allie Morgan hit the shot. They took a 23-point lead into the half. North trying to answer back here in the third quarter. Inside, in traffic, Lillian Brooks double teamed, and a foul's going to be called against Emma Rosenbaum, one of the two players that was double teaming Lillian Brooks underneath. Lillian will take a breather, and into the game for the Titans, Aliana Mercado, number 21. And Natalie Burgess back in there, number 10. Aliana mistimed her leap there on that pass reception. It went over her head as she landed. Fouled before the drive into the paint. Allison Morgan drew a few defenders reaching in as she dribbled past. And it is the fourth team foul against the Titans. 14 fouls apiece for Bedford and North. Allie Morgan, such a good ball handler, casually behind the back. She does no-look passes. There's almost a no-look pass. Great setup for Amanda Jonas. Allie Morgan got the rebound, fed it to Emma Rosenbaum, back underneath to Jonas, off the bottom of the backboard, got her own miss, and a foul is called against Bianca Gersh-Gorn. Bedford continues to get multiple chances. First to the loose balls, first to the rebounds. Isabella King with a catch and shoot for three. Bedford with, I believe, their fourth three-pointer of the game, up 41-17 with 3 minutes left to go in the third quarter. Deflected pass stolen by Bedford. Allie Morgan stops, pops, and left it short. Saved by Isabella King. Aliana Mercado, jump ball, possession arrow favors Bedford. Two Bedford players checking into the game are Marina Braga and Emma Kaczynski. The miss by Amanda Jonas. Rebound underneath. Marina Braga just into the game. Count the 2 points. 43-17. Bedford with a commanding lead here in the third quarter. 2.5 minutes left. We have a foul. 5th team foul against the Bulldogs. Oh, I'm going to call offensive foul against the Titans. Excuse me. That'll be 6 team fouls against the Titans. So they are quickly getting to the penalty, even though we're still in the third quarter. Bedford's going to have a parade to the free throw line at this rate. Sydney Grogan, number 35, into the game. The freshman guard started the passing around the perimeter for Bedford. Isabella King got fouled as she went up with the left-handed shot that time, and she'll go to the line. It's a 7th team foul against the Titans, so all fouls now will result in free throws for the Bulldogs. Isabella King with fine form hits the first of 2 and make it a 44-17 game. Long rebound, and Emma Kaczynski was right there, and again Bedford with another extra chance at it. North just can't secure those rebounds. Emma Kaczynski on the travel. A little bit of a stutter step involved in that possession, so Titans benefited from a rare turnover by Bedford. Bianca Gershgoren directing traffic. She goes across midcourt. Tight defense by Sydney Grogan. Underneath, running out of room. The catch and the shoot. Number 4 is Samantha Canto for North, who had a good open look there. Just couldn't get it to fall. And the steal for the Titans. The officials talking to the players about the flying elbows, I think. The possession arrow on the jump ball favors the Titans. 1:41 to go. Checking into the game for North will be Samantha Gadbois, senior guard, number 1. Will do the inbounding to Grace Carden. So a freshman and a senior in the backcourt for the Titans right now. Gadbois and Carden. Number 22, Sarah Gelinas in the game for North as well. Far sideline, Olivia Mazarol hands it off to Grace Carden. Off the pick by Gadbois, Grace Carden in three-point territory. Samantha Canto runs out of room, gets it underneath. Good passing by North, and they don't get it to fall though. Great ball movement, but no finish. Amanda Jonas turns it into a layup drill on a nice pass from, I believe that was Isabella King that gave it to her. Or maybe Marina Braga underneath. Got a foul before any shot. It's going to be an offensive foul against the Titans. And it's going to be against the senior guard. Samantha Gadbois got called for the offensive foul away from the ball. 46-17 as Isabella King checks out of the game. I don't know if she'll play the fourth quarter at this rate. Coach Kevin Gibbs may give her a rest as leads don't get much bigger in the third quarter than this. Driving in the paint, no good. Rebound North as Grace Carden rips it away from everybody before dribbling it down the court far sideline. Runs into a teammate. Samantha Gadbois comes away with it. The shot is short, and that one's off the glass and in. So this time, Sarah Gelinas able to finish. She missed the one earlier, but not that time. So it's 46-19. They haven't yet changed the scoreboard. I think the score is wrong at the moment. 2 seconds left to go in the third quarter. They get it away, in and out. Somehow the ball doesn't fall, and 46-17 is the score on the scoreboard. I think North had 2 more than that. We'll see if they make the adjustment. Matter of fact, I think North's assistant coach is talking to the official score right now, and they have put it up. So it's 46-19. It's a 27-point lead for Bedford as they put a fresh 8 minutes up on the scoreboard for the fourth quarter, still to be played. Barring a miracle comeback here, North will fall to 0-4, while Bedford will be 2-1 after splitting the first 2 games of the season. Bedford must think that their only opponents are in Nashua these days, as they've played all 3. They played South, BG, and now North in quick succession to begin the season with mixed results. Of course, they dropped the opener, not the opener, they won the opener against South 61-37, then lost to BG 65-46. So Bedford will be back in the winning column, it looks like, at the end of this one. North ran up against Goffstown in the opener, a win for the Grizzlies 56-34, and then Concord defeated North 49-29 in game 2. The next game for North will be against Merrimack on Friday, January 10th, and Bedford's going to go up against Wyndham also on the 10th, 3 days from tonight, or 3 nights from tonight. Here we go into the fourth quarter. At Nashua High North, Samantha Gadd boys will do the inbounding for the Titans. Driving, Grace Carden in the corner. Trying to find a teammate, and just, they call it, I don't know what they called. It was a official blowing the whistle and pointing the other way. I'm not sure if it was the travel. Holding the ball too long, but Bedford has it. The catch and shoot, swish. Emma Kaczynski, sophomore forward with perfect form and nothing but net. A full 30-point lead now for Bedford, 49-19. Samantha Gadd boys goes to the court. Rips it away from a Bedford player, but had traveled in the process, or could have been a jump ball possession arrow for Bedford. In either case, the Bulldogs have a chance to advance the lead further. Driving, Marina Braga, as the ball stripped away, goes off of a Bedford player out of bounds, and the Titans will take it with 7 minutes left to go in the contest. Grace Carden will dribble the ball up the court. Grace, a freshman, drives by. Nice play by Grace Carden, finding Sarah Gelinas. Sarah Gelinas rolls it in on off the glass, and it's 2 points for North. More of that, please. Driving, doesn't fall. It was Sydney Grogan, number 35, that had the seam in the defense that she tried to exploit. The scoop shot doesn't go for Marina Braga, and North comes up with the loose ball. Grace Carden changes direction. She got fouled by Sydney Grogan. A little bit too much of a bump, according to the officials. That's the 5th team foul against the Bulldogs. They are not yet in the penalty. Samantha Gadd boys will do the inbounding. Trying to split the defense, play the ball off the glass. Samantha Canto's shot doesn't go. And here comes Bedford. Again, they don't allow many second chances. Taken away by the Titans. A steal. That's going to be a jump ball. Possession arrow favors Bedford. Bedford has a player that wears number 20 in the game. We do have a 21, Sydney Suazo, sophomore guard. Not sure if that is number 20, and I apologize, we don't have the correct uniform number on the roster, or vice versa. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Sarah Gelinas gets it outside to Samantha Canto. Canto being pursued from behind and got fouled from behind. Marina Braga just overran the ball handler and got called. So that is well, they say that's the 5th team foul against Bedford. I thought they already had 5, and that would be 6. Inbound play, Sarah Gelinas grabs it. Grace Carden with it. Tenacious defense, Sydney Grogan on her. To her right goes Olivia Mazarol. Samantha Gadboy with the floater. It's short and out of bounds, and that is a miss. 49-21, 28-point lead for the Bedford. Comfortably ahead here as they play out the last 5 minutes. Sydney Grogan going through a few defenders. The runner doesn't fall. In the corner, out of bounds, off of a Titans player. So Bedford retains possession with 5:16 to go. Timeout going to be called by Coach Kevin Gibbs. Timeout by the Bulldogs. So it is turned into a full pace scrimmage just about right now, but that's about it, as the outcome is not in doubt. 49-21. Bedford comfortably ahead here in the fourth quarter with 5:16 left to play. So we look toward the scorers table. Some of the names that we have not yet said on the North Titans girls varsity basketball roster include Victoria Conrad, Caitlin Lorendi, number 3, good player, obviously not in the lineup, and that's a tough blow for the Titans, as she is a key contributor. Motita Rana not out there yet, number 13 for the Titans that we have seen also on the roster. Jordan Choate obviously must be hurt. She hasn't played much at all here in the second half. I say obviously it's she is sitting with 1 foot elevated, but maybe that is only because that's the way she sits. I guess I shouldn't speculate, but she does have her her right foot is off the floor. Hopefully she's not hurt, and it's just a situation where you don't want to get hurt in a one-sided game. Sarah Gelinas battling to get that shot away, cannot do it. Bedford brings the ball down court. 4:40 left to go. Sydney Grogan. Return pass missed. Grace Carden wisely lets it bounce out of bounds. It's off of Bedford, and Titans ball to inbound right there. Samantha Canto to do the honors, goes into the backcourt. Grace Carden will dribble it up, being marked by Sydney Grogan. Olivia Mazarol drives, doesn't go. Sarah Gelinas with a nice rebound, got fouled. And she will not go to the free throw. Well, actually, she was in the act of shooting, so it'll be a 1-and-1. 16 fouls against the Bulldogs. 4:30 remaining in the game. Sarah Gelinas to shoot free throws, off to the right. Away from the basket, there's a coaching session going on here between Bedford coach Kevin Gibbs and his sophomore forward Emma Kaczynski, as free throw made. 49-22. Sydney Grogan backs it out. Samantha Gadboy going for the steal. Grogan faked the shot. Underneath, in the paint. Clean block Sarah Gelinas. But somehow Bedford gets the ball back. Marina Braga, number 11. Sydney Grogan, back to Braga, back to Grogan. Everybody getting a touch here for the Bulldogs before the shot by Emma Kaczynski, and it misses. Jump ball arrow favors the Titans, so they'll be able to take it down court. I don't know if they got that right. It looked like the arrow was facing the other way, so I guess they just changed it from one side to the other. The jump ball possession arrow I'm talking about on the scorer's table. It looked like it didn't move, and it would have favored the Titans the way it looked, but they must have changed it before I glanced over. Here comes North. Driving, Lillian Brooks off the glass, doesn't go. They had a lot of shots like that North has had in this game. Very near misses. Underneath. Officials letting them play right now. A couple of double teams, a lot of grabbing, and a lot of jump balls. Instead of fouls, that is. And that is the Titans arrow on the jump ball. So 3:23 to go, and North with it. Lillian Brooks taking it down court. Marina Braga trying to stay with her. Shot from distance, and that was unfortunately a whistle before the shot. It was a great shot by Bianca. It went in, and for some reason the whistle blew just before she launched. Let's see. Is he going to count it? Shot was good. 35 on the push. And what do we have? A 4-point play? Oh, they're saying that Sydney Grogan fouled out. I don't know if that's possible. I don't know if that was a disciplinary disqualification. It must have been a disciplinary disqualification because they told Sydney Grogan she had to leave the court on a push, and instead of just calling it as a foul, now the officials are talking it over about whether they're going to put the shooter at the line, and it'll be a 4-point play. Very confusing about exactly what the ruling is here. It's actually going to be a 3-pointer for a 3-pointer for Grace Gershgorin and 2 free throws, or a 1-and-1 situation for Jordan Choate. I do not understand that at all. I've never seen that before, where you grant the 3-pointer and then call a foul away from the shot and make it a 1-and-1. You would think it would be one or the other. Bedford really not arguing much because the question about who's going to win the game is moot. They are up by 24 points with less than 3 minutes to go. Olivia Mazarol will check back into the game. Natalie Burgess comes off the floor to a nice ovation from the home fans. A good effort. Allison Morgan back in the game, got hip checked there and knocked to the floor for being helped up. That is a penalty situation. Allie Morgan will be at the line. Blocking foul against the Titans. And she hits the first. It would have been a live rebound had she missed, but Allie Morgan doesn't do too much wrong on the basketball court. Hitting free throws is part of her game. 2 for her, and it's a 51-25 advantage. So Bedford put up 61 points on South. They are on their way to doing the same here against North. Nice block. Amanda Jonas got up there and blocked the shot of Lillian Brooks. Knocked it out of bounds. So Bedford's starters continue to play hard deep into the fourth quarter, making life difficult for North starters, including Lillian Brooks, who got fouled on the way through the paint right there. That is the 7th team foul. She'll go to the line. It'll be a 1-and-1. The first shot will be live. You don't see North getting too many of these offensive rebounds off of misses, and they don't have to worry about it this time. Lillian Brooks hits the first free throw and earns a chance at the second. 2:32 to go, and nice form. Lillian Brooks with 2 free throws. Junior forward. Marina Braga bounces it. Isabella King with the shot, and she is a good shooter. Isabella King for 3 more. I believe that's her 3rd 3-pointer of the game at least. The dribble goes off the foot of a Bedford player. Loose ball corralled by Lillian Brooks. Bianca Gershgorin. And a miscommunication there by the Titans. Unfortunately, the ball goes out of bounds. So 2 minutes and 1 second remain as Bedford takes the ball up the court, leading by 20-something points. Oh boy, that's 30 points make that. Isabella King with her 4th three-pointer of the game makes my math a lot easier. 57-27, a 30-point advantage for the Bulldogs. As Lillian Brooks backs it away. It was close in the first quarter. It was close early. In fact, Titans had a chance to take the lead a couple of times before the Bedford defense just took control of the game and shut down any hint of offense by North. North struggled to score 3 points in the second quarter. Good lay-in for the Titans. Jordan Choate is back in the game for the Titans, so I misspoke about any injury. She was out for an extended period there, but Coach Kevin Gibbs of Bedford seemed to be indicating that the officials missed the traveling call, it looked like, but the official wasn't really interested in hearing the argument. So with 1:08 to go, we have a timeout. Chance to look up at the championship banners that they have here at North, and one thing's for sure, they got some good cross-country teams here and track teams at Nashua High North. They were state champions in one or both, indoor track and cross-country, in 2017, 2016, 2015, 2013, 2011. Track and field and indoor track in 2011. So they can put them up, pick them up and put them down. Unfortunately, not able to get the ball to go down into the basket tonight. The girls basketball team did put up 29 points, but that second and third quarter really hurt them a lot. Second quarter especially, they only had 1 point on a free throw deep into that second quarter, and that really is where Bedford opened up a giant lead. 40 seconds left to go in the game. Lillian Brooks shot just long. Jordan Choate with a nice rebound. Bounce pass underneath, and heavy traffic, a travel, as unfortunately Aliana Mercado went up and down without either shooting or passing and got called for it. The official was standing right there. Sydney Grogan could have got called for the travel right there. They're going to let it go late. Catch and shoot. Deflected shot. Lillian Brooks got her hand on it. Call it a block. Now Lillian Brooks on the layup drill and in. So with 10 seconds to go, North does make the score a bit more respectable. It's 57-31 as North puts up 31 points. But that will do it. So Bedford with the resounding 57-31 victory. Thanking my cameraman Tim O'Neill and our executive producer Pete Johnson. I'm John Collins. Thanking you for watching this Nashua ETV telecast. Final score, Bedford 57, Nashua North 31. Good night from the North High School Gymnasium, everybody.